Hello everyone, good morning. This is Harpy Stitch and I'm Amy. Welcome back to my corner all about cross stitch. It is before work on February 22nd. I decided to do this before work today since I have tons of grading to do after work. I hope you've had a great 2 weeks since I saw you last, unless you watched my last short little video about the bags. Again, congratulations to all the winners, and thank you for everyone who helped out. One of my kids just returned to school after being gone a while, and it was because they were thinking of self-deporting with auntie or grandma. So, still happening. ICE has not gone out of Minnesota. It has spread to more suburbs. And if you haven't heard, they detained a 65-year-old British grandma for assisting her husband in the crime of trying to enter the U.S. from Canada with an expired visa. And she was locked up for 6 weeks. So it's not just black and brown people. I don't even. But anyway, let's continue on to more happier topics. I got sick. Real bad cold. Took a day off. That got the husband sick. I got 4 vaccinations on Monday because it was President's Day, so I didn't have to go to work. And I wasn't 100% over my cold. It hit me like a train wreck. Had to take the next day off. I slept most of the day, but I got good sleep. So, my 2 college classes are going okay. My course plan, I didn't get the grade I would have liked on it, but we can fix it and redo it. My first lesson is due at the end of my spring break, so I've got 1 more week of this trimester, which ends on Friday. Then I get a week off for spring break. I have to do schoolwork, and then the next week is my college spring break. So when we get back from spring break, it will be my final try. I have my final formal observation of the year next week, so I have to write that up. I already know what I'm doing. They're doing a research project on climate change for their test grade. And then I get a bunch of stuff that I haven't done the paperwork on that I got to fill out, which I'll do over the break, plus taxes over the break. So it'll be a busy break, but it'll be a good break. All right, I have exciting news. I have my first finish of the year. I was hoping to get this finished last month, but with course load and everything, I didn't do it. So while I watched Victor, Victoria, and Moulin Rouge last night for my fandom challenges for the musical year, I finished Old Scully by Les Petits Croix de Lucie. Look at it. It is on 40 count haunted by Seraphim. Isn't he gorgeous? It is 1/2, except for the white back stitch, and there are some blends in there to give it that glowy look. Look at it. The back is kind of messy because it's very confetti heavy. But look at that. He looks like he's glowing. Oh, I love him so much. I'm so excited that he's done. I wasn't sure about the 2-stranded back stitch on the white cracks because with everything else under it being one, there's some spots where you can kind of see the strands. But I decided, you know what? It just makes it look more like his skull's fractured. So it totally works. Trying to get everything lined up for his teeth was a bit of a pain in the butt. I had to try it from a couple of different angles and jump around a bit. I did French knots, but he looks amazing. Sorry, the cat just bumped the tripod. He's exploring. I don't usually film in the morning. I think it's confusing him. But oh my God, look at him. So awesome. So first finish of the year. And I'm so excited. Oh, Now I just have to find some really good, I want to put him in Fortune Teller that I did last year next to each other. I think with their glowiness, they look really good together, but that was just my mental picture. So now that they're actually done, I'll have to put them next to each other and see if they go together in reality the way they go together in my brain. So, I don't know. Sometimes my vision of what goes together is not always held up by when I actually put them next to each other. I really wish I could have acquired a taste for coffee. All right, next is Blue Morpho by Ink Circles. This is for the Stitching Connection 2025, hosted by Jason X Stitch. This is from my group member Cindy. Ooh, let me get this. I don't know what fabric it is. I think it's like a 30 count. I just don't know what the colorway is, but I think it's the called for size 2/1. Everything here on the left is Cindy's stitches. And then I have worked my way around here and started here. I've decided I'm going to do all of the green and the fill-in blue, which she's used, I think it's Tropical Paradise for. This is her butterfly, so she gave about 6 different shades of blue. And so once I get all my green in, I'm going to decide what 2 blues I'm going to combine for my butterfly. And then I'll have to figure out what color I want to do my initials in, because we're each going to sign our little corner. But that is Blue Morpho by Ink Circles. The green is like 730 DMC. And then once everybody's finished their new corner, we will swap again. And that'll be fun. I can't wait to see the next one. I can get to work on another piece. I'm hoping when I finish that Elemental Dragons, I will at some point get the new, one of the other 4 Elemental Dragons, or not other 4, there's 4 altogether. Other 3 Elemental Dragons to have Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. The whole shebang. Next... Oh, sorry, I was wrong. The inside of the leaves is Tropical Paradise by Classic Colorworks. Or did I never say? I don't know. I haven't had enough caffeine yet. But I have too much grading to do this after. And I get done at 11:30 today, so husband will be up. And yeah, it'll be too busy in the living room to film. So, all right. Let me swap those 2. Next is one of my Whip Go calls for this month. It is Reindeer Roundup by Joan Elliott. I have completed my Whip Go on it. It is on Navy with Snow, 14 count, fabric flare, 23 colors, 2/1. I used this for Fandom Weekly's February Whip Go and my Whip Warriors this month. So what I'm kind of doing is I'm basically doing my Whip Warriors and my Whip Go with the same 2 projects every month. So this is how it's looking. As I got tired of doing the brownish gray colors in the reindeer, so I came over here. Plus I was struggling with counting out the half stitches on the antlers, so I jumped over here. Although this area was not much better. But now that I have enough of his Santa suit in, it's making this stuff easier. In fact, I had to frog a bunch of that. And I have to order the Krynic to fill in like here. It's going to be like gold. But there's no Krynic any frickin' where. So I need to... I actually have something I'm going to order from the market coming up. So I'm going to get everything in my cart and order probably Treasure Braid replacement. I'll message 123 Stitch and ask them to replace something. To replace it, to give me a suggestion for a replacement like I did with the green that I'm running out of. So that is where I'm at on this one. It has got 1,434 stitches for the year. I will be working on this some more because for fandom, it is one of my 26 for 2026, and I need 2,026 stitches at least on it to be considered done with it. So I've been using my 26 for 2026 for my weeklies until I get them all done, and then I'll try to match the prompts more. Because I didn't get my 25 for 2025 done last year because I didn't do that, so I want those extra bonus points by finishing all of them. But it's looking good. I'm a little concerned about the white peeking through. You can see I haven't finished stitching. I think you can see it. But I think it'll just look like really subtle snowflakes on top of them. Like, you can kind of see. But I wanted the blue background to make it look more like snow. So that's what it's going to be. And if it doesn't look perfect, that's okay. It'll only be out for like 2 months every year. If I ever get it, framed or finished, fully finished. All right. Third is another Shawshank Redemption sampler. The one I had finished previously sold. So he's like, hey, the other one sold. Can you get started? And I was like, ooh, I already started on it. And this is also on my 26 for 2026 to help motivate me to do it. And I have reached my 2,026 stitches. This is such an easy thing to stitch. I've probably done 30 of them now. And I used it for the weekly prompt that says, you know, you're kind of tired of it. And it frustrates you. But only because I've done it so many times. And yeah, so the letters are easy to count, and yeah, sometimes I go where I count each letter as I go if I'm using it for challenges. If not, I just count it all up at the end. And if there's letters that have the same, I count one of them and then I multiply. But yeah, 11 count ivory Ada, 4 colors, 3 over 1. But goal is done. I just have to make myself finish stitching on it up. So I'm trying to get where I don't have an order come in and I have to rush through 3 of them in a row and get to stitch nothing else. So I learned my lesson with that last year. All right, this is my tablet, has a picture on it, but I forgot to charge it last night when I went to bed, but I have it plugged in, so I'm hoping that with it plugged in, it will stay turned on, because I have something to show you. That is, I'm coming up with my plans. Give me just a sec. Dwemer. Psh! Get down. Get down. So our treadmill is next to a shelf we have like canned goods and stuff on. And sometimes he jumps up there and then goes over to the shelf where like stuff is. He knocked canned goods off of it the other day. And I'm afraid there is a hand-painted cookie jar that the kid made the husband for Father's Day one year. And I'm terrified he's going to knock that over and break it. Excuse me, I'm going to try and see if our pill shaking... We shake a pill bottle. Lets him know he's being naughty. Get down! Yes, sir. Get down. Get down. Come on. Well, get down. You know you're not supposed to be up there. Well, at least now you're not in the shelf. Come over, be on camera. All right. So plans. This is super short with 2 classes. I'm just getting my weeklies done. It's one of the reasons I haven't started. Sorry, I'm checking on the cat again. It's one of the reasons I haven't started like Wanderlust game. I really want to do that, but I just don't have the time to add another stitchy goal right now. Psst. Get down, you doofus. All right. He's out of immediate danger, I think, or the things around him are out of immediate danger. Yay, the tablet started. Okay. So that was not a graceful move, cat. He almost fell. It was hilarious. Because cats, when they fall, it's funny. And they get embarrassed about it, which is even funnier. Anyway. Let me find my gallery here. I don't use it very often. Whoops. Oh, that's what I need. Go back here. Oh, so slow. All right. Sorry for looking at the top of my head. That's what I was looking for. All right, fabulous. What did you just knock down, you butthead cat? Nothing breakable. We'll sort it out later. Okay. This is probably going to be my shortest Flosstube ever. All right, plans. Keep up with weeklies and WhipGo. I've seen the list of... we're doing like 15 musicals a month. I've seen the list for March. Some good ones in there, so that's nice. It's a good variety. Keep waiting for more animated ones to come. And I'm still going to use my weeklies to finish my 2026s. Once I get all my 2026s done, I've gotten 2 done so far. I should finish up another one this week with weeklies. Then I'll do more prompt appropriate. If I do have prompts that fit. Now the problem with this plan is once I've gotten to my 2026 stitches on a project, I basically won't be working on it again unless I finish all the other projects. Excuse me, I have to peek at the cat again. I don't know if you can hear him playing. Oh. So our treadmill we got from an upstairs neighbor years ago for like $50. It's an old school one. It has the digital readout, but it's got a safety cord. You attach it to yourself. So the idea is that if you fall, it pulls the thing out and the machine knows to stop so you don't get hurt. He's playing with that. And some stuff in a tray. Oh, he found a ribbon. I'll have to go, whatever. He's not going to hurt himself or anything else. So, I am not much of a patriotic stitcher. There are many things I have not been proud of about my country in recent times, especially right now. To me, the ideal America is the America that Superman represents, that Captain America represents. And sadly, America frequently is not its ideal self. There are many people who support that idea in this country, but our government does not always act as if Superman and Captain America are watching, which they should. Both of those people are excellent role models and have excellent values. Well, more modern Superman than old 1950s Superman. But 1950s Superman was a product of his time, and he has grown as a human, or as an alien. But I was browsing, or it popped up on my Instagram feed with a lot of the Nashville market stuff coming out. And Silver Creek Saplings has this new pattern called Benevolence Banner. And it is a patriotic stitch that I actually want to do. And I'm going to hold that up here for a second. And then I'm going to read you what it says in case it's too blurry or too glary. I am going to be hosting a SAL with this starting on July 4th for the 250th birthday of our country. I've shared it out to a few people that I follow. Wendy from A Stitch in the Matrix was like, yes, I love it. I hadn't actually read the text. I will totally join you. So I really hope that some of you will join me starting on our nation's 250th birthday, the Benevolence Banner. Once I read it to you, I'll explain my intention behind stitching it. It comes out in Nashville Market this year. So All people have value. Beliefs are personal. Rights are universal. Peace begins with a smile. There is beauty and strength in diversity. The strength of community lies within the unity of its neighbors. Freedom exists only if it applies to everyone. The world is full of friends we have yet to meet. Our differences make us beautiful. Choose to be curious, not judgmental. We can all strive to be better human beings. Kindness is free. Love will always win. I know that is not the country that we have, not for everyone. My intention with this is to stitch this as hope, to stitch it into reality of the universe, to stitch it as a way of bringing these ideals into reality, like a spell or a prayer. I'm not a spiritual kind of, but maybe if enough of us stitch on it with the intention, the probability wave will collapse, and that is the country we will have by the end of 2026. I hope you will join me in wishing our country to be a place better than it is now, where everyone feels safe and welcome, not just billionaires and the super wealthy. I can't express some of the amazing things I've seen going on, not just in Minnesota, but the world supporting us, protests around the world. There is good happening. People are supporting each other. Teachers are paying their students rent because their parents can't work. Good is happening, but we've got to keep fighting. What's this phrase? Evil wins when good men do nothing. Something along those lines. I probably didn't get it exactly right, but I know it's hard to keep going and to be hopeful sometimes. But as they said in Handmaid's Tale, don't let the bastards get you down. So I have done a lot of angry stitching. I think now it's time to shift and do some hopeful stitching. So I hope you will join me in envisioning the best of what our country can be rather than the worst of what it can be. And that this Sunday, that is what I will leave you with. If you are not in the United States and would like to join us in hoping and praying that the United States becomes what its stated ideals have been, please feel free to join us. Please let me know if you would like to join me in the SAL. Comment, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I think it would be very nice if I got to 300 subscribers and stayed there. I need to take some deliberate hope and put some deliberate hope into the situation. Doing the fundraiser with the Rebel Loom pattern helped, but we still got a long way to go. And So again, Benevolence SAL, hashtag Benevolence SAL will be this tag. I will keep reminding you. I just wanted, in case you're making a Nashville market order, to do that. Again, thank you to everyone who donated to my fundraiser. Thank you, Kaylee Tent Stitch. Thank you, Wendy, for saying you would participate. Thanks, Jason, for hosting the Stitching Connection. And thank you to my regular viewers who comment all the time. I really appreciate it. I need to do better at taking notes and responding to certain comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them comments. Let me know what you were working on during this very short video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. So long, and thanks for all the stitch. Bye.